This dude's hand cannot be right. It can't be. In his right hand, his power hand, the one where he got the bullet tattooed on his arm. I was like, why are we not seeing Holland throw that right hand? What's going on? All we're seeing is these just like little left hook, check left hooks. And that's when I realized it's got to just not be right, man. He's setting up Ponzinibbio. I thought this fight would have been over way faster if he did have that right hand to be able to drop down on him. But you have to admit, Ponzinibbio did make this interesting, right? It was a valiant effort. But sometimes guys are too big. They're too long. They can hit you from places you can't hit him. The moment you saw Kevin Holland throw a kick, Ponzinibbio catches it, right? Ponzinibbio's legs just aren't quite long enough to hit him with a trip or nothing. And what does Kevin Holland do? He hits him with that classic Jacare style right hand, right back with the back fist, and dropped him. That's when I knew. I was like, you're just fighting a dude that's just too long, bro. Like, he just has advantages you do not have in this fight. And given that there's a lack of wrestling here and you were not able to take the fight to the ground, this should be easy Kevin Holland win. Sweated it a little bit, but come that third round, man, he landed that leaping Joe Frazier-style left hook, just leapt out of his body with it. It was a beautiful display of violence, of skilled violence right there. And it feels like Kevin Holland at 170 pounds, even though we know 170 is filled with just grapplers on grapplers on grapplers at the highest level, it feels like he is a dangerous opponent when he's composed, Kevin Holland, when he's not going in there goofing around doing all that. When he came in, like today, no jokes and all that, I thought that was a fantastic performance. What do you think?
I think so, Derek, and I think you hit on a good point there, because still Kevin Holland in between rounds has that joking, banter, the mannerisms he likes to do, but he came in when the bell rings, he looked locked in. No more jokes, no more talking, a couple stuff every now and then, but nothing like we used to see Kevin Holland do. And as far as Ponzinibbio, you're right, Derek. It's rough when your leg is as long as, you have a long leg, and this guy over here, his arms are just as long, if not longer, because he can hit you when you can't even get close. It's a rough fight for Ponzinibbio. And as far as Kevin Holland, man, I don't know. Like, we'll see how well he does with this new kind of style. I agree. Him being focused is a lot more dangerous. But you're right, Derek. 170 filled with wrestlers. When are we going to see Kevin Holland, the grappler? Is it going to be a thing, or is he just going to have to stay kind of Stephen Thompson style, where it's all hands and feet, but no ground game at all?
I think that he has to go the old school Chuck Liddell style, man, and work your grappling, keep working it, keep trying to advance in your wrestling, but use it to avoid people taking you down. Keep the fight standing. That's Jose Aldo at its finest, right? He's saying, like, listen, I might not wrestle you, but you're not going to take me down, and you're going to have to fight me on the feet. And if Holland can continue to do that, he's going to make a serious run at 170 pounds, especially when he has these types of frame advantages, like against Ponzinibbio. Literally, like, when you look at photos, when you watch the video back, you're like, yo, man, like, you just look like you're 2 weight classes below. You feel me? So big win by the Trailblazer, big win by Kevin Holland. I'm interested to see where they're going to place him against next, because a win against Ponzinibbio is big, but it's not really something that gets you ranked, because Ponzinibbio is not ranked any further. So